Hey, it's me, Big P, and I just thought I'd touch base real quick um, with my character as he gets into maps and completes Act 10. I don't usually complete all the acts in one sitting, but once the character got going, I just flew through it like really, really fast. So I want to put some gameplay in this video because the last video had none of it. And a lot of this is going to be just gameplay. Oh no, don't message me please while I'm doing this. Whatever else. So, here's Winter Orb. This is not that. So, oh damn it, I'm not doing this fucking thing. I'll leave the map open and do it after the video. So Winter Orb is interesting because it reminds me a little of Blade Vortex and a little of Blade Flurry, but it's pretty different, especially when considering the Ice Spear. However, something cool to note is that, pay attention to the stacks here real quick. As you're moving along and it falls down, you can bring it back up. So you it's not so much fire and forget as Blade Vortex. I didn't spec into any duration or anything like that, but just a little cast that shoots out a couple of your ice spears can bring it back up and really help it. And here we get to see some single target damage with Ice Spear. Yeah, really wanted to try and face tank that. Everybody talking over each other is beautiful. Fuck you, Leo. Yeah, sure. Anybody else have no idea what they're doing when it comes to that? Leave a comment if you know the best way to waterboard people. I really know. Like, I'm loving this league. That's probably why I played the whole way through. It takes me a little while to get through the acts, but holy shit, there's a lot going on here. Boss should be okay. Hopefully, this is just my first time. I just want to take a snapshot of the build to show you guys how I got into maps, really. Nothing really too fancy. By the end of today, maybe we'll be pushing reds, hopefully. Single target damage is beautiful. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the more specific interactions of Ice Spear and Winter Orb. So Winter Orb by itself, I took a look at Zizarin's stream after I went to bed for the night. And I find that Winter Orb by itself doesn't really provide much focus. It has smart aiming, don't get me wrong. It's basically if Mirage Archer got, like, you know, paid on commission or something, that it kills shit. Especially because the higher stages, the more it doesn't show now, but it has the smart aiming. That being said, the aiming sometimes, if you're trying to aim at something far away and there's monsters closer to you, it's probably, I haven't really figured out exactly, but it's probably going to hit those instead. So that's why I like the Ice Spear. Not to mention the fact that Ice Spear has just ridiculous, what is that, more projectile speed, 600 increased crit chance, crit multi. It's pretty insane. So let's go over the links that we have. I did farm the Tabula in a couple hours, and I did get the Victoria's Acuity like I said I would. Might end up, well, obviously going to end up swapping this out in late game, definitely this. Might end up going for a Cloak of Defiance just for, you know, got buffed this patch. I like the Mind Over Matter. It's like, you know, a little stronger. So we have Winter Orb, Ice Spear, Cast while Channeling. Beautiful. GMP, this would be the 4 link if you're leveling and you really want to level with it. To be honest, when I first started with Ice Spear, Winter Orb, it looked like, let me just show you how it looks without the GMP. Oh, well, you can't, it won't shoot out. Damn it, I totally forgot. Nice video. Anyway, but trust me, it's garbage. It was like little tiddlywinks popping out. Not a very good spell. So much so that I was like, oh man, maybe the build won't work. Then I put it in the 4 link with the Cast while Channeling and the Ice Spear. shoot. You basically the concept of the build is just shit out projectiles, just destroy stuff with it, and you know, while you're channeling, you can. It is a pretty lazy build too. I didn't really showcase it, but you can kind of like for delve and things like that. You just kind of run around, like you can hold on this. Maybe if you see a rare in the distance that's trying to one-shot you, you focus on them there. But anyway, the links right now that I have, that's the 4 link right there. Slower Proj, I mean, if nothing else, just lets you kind of figure out what's going on with the build. It's definitely giving us a lot more damage, and I don't really feel that it's affecting clear speed. I mean, your results may vary. Arcane Surge, I'm just putting in there because I'm lazy right now. Probably will have it with Frost Bomb to kind of proc it off one cast of Frost Bomb. We'll get a lower level one or something like that. But anyway, that brings me to a couple things I wanted to talk about in regards to my last video and in regards to leveling. So leveling, again, had a little bit of a stumble around Act 4. I was using Magma Orb, probably should have been using Freezing Pulse maybe. Either way, Frost Bomb ended up being I don't know why I've never used Frost Bomb for leveling, because you can just drop it and keep walking and you still get the experience and shit like that. It's really good. So Frost Bomb's the MVP. Not to mention that with the red bestiary monsters, some of the bigger Betrayal boys and girls, they got some mean mods on them. This will definitely probably be ending up in the final version of the build. Let's see what else. Kind of wanted to talk about some adjustments that people have suggested on the earlier version. For example, if somehow you got to Uber Lab with the Deadeye version of the tree, do not go into chain. Neither of these projectiles can chain, especially considering that if you don't go into chain and go into, I think it's endless munitions, whatever, the other one that gives you an extra projectile on your skills, that's the one. That I can only imagine how, like, that almost makes me want to reroll a Deadeye, but I'm liking this build so much I might play it again, so we'll see. And Arcane Surge, yeah, I kind of mentioned that. We're gonna get that on a separate link. Right now it's just like, this is the only spell I want to be casting for early maps, and so just give me that Arcane Surge buff after, like, kind of after you get to 10 stacks, and then getting it back as long as you keep moving, you'll probably keep it up. Yeah, Mind of Matter, I went into for Act 8, kind of. The Doger fight always scares me. Do want to go into that Cloak of Defiance. My gear, I'm not even going to really talk about, just the uniques. I'll upload a paste bin. I did want to snapshot what I do have, just to show you how crappy your stuff can be, and still get into maps. Destroyed Act 10 Katava, like Deathless. Did all the first 3 labs in the first try. I actually wanted to go into these real quick. I didn't really mention them. I mean, not that I need to. These are known, powerful. I mean, it's just like, hey, do you want to crit a lot? Do you want to do damage with your crits? Effective non-damaging ailments. That's the chill and the freeze. It's really nice. It's kind of a more defensive thing, seeing it, because you don't really have like the Blade Vortex shell of immunity with this build. It's really projectile. You kind of do have to wait for your Ice Spear to arm, and so there's like kind of a little circle of effective damage. Not that the Winter Orb won't, you know, immediately try and destroy anybody that's getting close to you, and if they're right in front of your face right here, even if it's not armed, it's still shotgunning a bunch of projectiles in their face. They are going to die, but the build does feel a little bit skillful in that way, in that you have to kind of aim and maybe wait for them to... Let me show you the Ice Spear without the slower projectile. It looks awesome, but I do think that you suffer a bit in terms of damage. It's like 300 more damage for each one, which is probably going to add up. Okay, anyway, I don't want to take up too much more time, because I do want to get into maps and have a full build guide. I just thought I'd touch base. You know, after the first day, League seems amazing. Can't wait to craft a bunch of fucking ridiculous rares. Can't wait to push red maps with this and, you know, maybe get one shot, and have to re-roll. Either way, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for checking the build out. If there's anything I missed, or I'm probably going to do a stream today for some of my mapping. And we'll just see where it goes from here. You know, there's not much else. It's pretty simple. Fucking one button build that we love. I mean, there's a couple buttons, but who is counting the buttons? Thanks again. See you soon.